A theme I would apply to my classroom is faith and ownership. I want students to have faith in my abilities as their educator and, more importantly, in themselves. I would have faith in the students to learn and retain the information I have presented them. Through encouragement and teaching, I would help students have faith in their own abilities to succeed. With students gaining faith in their abilities, they will take more ownership of their education. Through classroom choices of assessment and instruction, I can help students gain this faith and ownership. As a history teacher, my students will have to complete numerous readings. I would want them to retain the content knowledge I teach, but I know it would be more important for them to be literate in the content area. Students can SparkNotes a book at any point or Google a summary, but I want my students to have a desire for reading so they would not have to take shortcuts. If I can help a student gain the slightest interest in reading historical books and documents, then I have succeeded with helping them gain content knowledge. A teacher is meant to be the head of the classroom. They are the primary source for educating others. I would teach my class an appropriate amount of content, but I would want the students to take more ownership of their knowledge and learn to teach others. All students are good at something. They are all capable of teaching one another regardless of what the skill is. I would want my students to gain such knowledge of history that they would teach each other. Through cooperative learning, I can give students ownership of their knowledge and skills and empower their abilities by allowing them to teach their fellow classmates. I can help instill faith in them. To further students' equality and lessen my status as a daunting educator, I would arrange my classroom in either tables or in a full circle. I do not want students to think they are at, quote, the dumb table or anything of that sort. If the students are arranged in a circle, they realize that they are all on the same playing field, all equal and all capable. As far as assessment is concerned, I would want to assess children in non-traditional ways. Multiple choice questions, essays, all of these forms of assessment terrify students. I would want students to prove their knowledge through discussion, presentations, and teaching other students. There is definitely a time and a place for assessing students via multiple choice and essays, but I would want to steer clear of those methods as much as possible. Some students are not well with writing, and that is a skill I would want to improve. However, if they are good at speaking, why not give them the option to be assessed in that way? As much as possible, students would be allowed to choose their method of being assessed. They will only be able to choose a certain method a certain amount of times. I know that if students can choose their type of assessment, they have faith in their capabilities in that choice of assessment. Through their given options and choices, they will succeed in their overall performance. This also grants them more ownership over their abilities and faith in themselves.